Cancer, let's start with your reading. Today, we are going to look into the energies around you at the moment, and then we will focus on the upcoming events in the near future for you. All right, let's start with your reading. Oh, wow. All right, Cancer. Deeply transformative reconciliation. This energy immediately shows up very clearly. Two people soon coming back together after perhaps a long time apart. Energetically, in fact, you are already there. This energy might still have to manifest in the 3D world with this Three of Cups, but it's coming. And from what I see here with the Ace of Wands and Death is that when this comes in, you're not 100% excited about it. Even for those of you who were hoping for this to happen, this is now forcing you to look into the past once again. Or maybe you're going to be reminded of certain mind games, a time of overall mistrust. But even if it's going to be somewhat painful for a moment right there, this is bringing a lot of transformation to you. We will see what the evolution overall of this incoming energy is going to be. But what you should know right now is that this is taking you towards happiness for some reason. With or without this person, we will look into it. But I love to see that something that might feel scary or something that might connect to the past, not the future, is actually unblocking an energy which will allow you to truly be happy again, Cancer, which I know it's something that you have been perhaps struggling towards lately. But Death, you're going to get rid of something that was keeping you stuck somewhere. And finally, you're going to be able to let go and be who you truly want to be. Now, the Star, Knight of Cups and Queen of Cups. This is very beautiful, emotional, watery energy. With the Star especially, but for two different reasons we will see equally important. First one connects to this Knight of Cups, and he talks about that offer of love coming in after a long time waiting. In this picture, you see the light that left the Star millions of years ago, and now it's finally showing up right before your eyes. And why do I mention that? Because this has been a long time coming, Cancer. Knowing that it wasn't over deep down, both you and this person, knowing that sooner or later, this person would have come back into the situation. And I see how someone here wants for the other person to be reminded of the happy times together. And this is that Nine of Cups coming towards you. They want you to be reminded of the time when you fell in love, when you told each other, I love you for the first time. This person comes in with such a great memory about everything that is happening between the two of you, when and how it happened as well. And this is going to be definitely impressive. And not just for the memory itself, but you know that they are doing this leading from their heart. They are really present into this moment, and they're not just doing it because they want to have fun or because they want to have power over the situation. No, this Nine of Cups is someone in love with the idea of love, And maybe this is a new side of this person that you've never seen before, but that definitely is now coming up on the surface with a lot of strength, a lot of power. Obviously, they're not talking about the bad stuff that has happened between the two of you. That would have been the Queen of Swords or Judgment, but there will be a time for that as well. This person is admitting something to you here, or at least gathering the strength to do so. If they won't say it with their words, they'll definitely say it with their facial expressions, through their eyes, and you'll be able to understand what this person really wants to communicate to you. And what I see here is someone who's thinking, I've never ever stopped loving you, Cancer. Regardless of what was said, regardless of what was done, my heart has always been right here next to you. This is someone very romantic with the Star and the Nine of Cups. This is a very powerful combination. Now, the second reason, important reason why the Star it's so fundamental, so transformative right now for you. The second reason is all about you, Cancer, and it's the most important reason. With this Queen of Cups, you have discovered something about yourself. It's almost like you're looking at yourself in the mirror right here, and you realize something. You realize how hard you have been on yourself lately, thinking that maybe you would have never found love again, feeling overall not good enough. Right here, I see you perhaps in the past few weeks, months, or even years, creating a whole sorts of limiting beliefs. But now you're able to see yourself for who you truly are. This beautiful person who has a lot to give and who has gone through a lot, especially when it comes to love. You definitely collected a lot of scars on your skin, Cancer. And although that's something beautiful, which you should be proud of, I see that lately you have been looking at the world from the surface of those scars, trying to not take risks or being vulnerable again. In other words, your past has been holding you back, and mainly because deep down, maybe even subconsciously, you're thinking that you're never going to find true happiness again. And so you get into this spiral of mistakes where you try to adapt to what people expect from you. Just like water adapting to its container, I see right here that perhaps you dress in the morning of a body that's not yours, and you need to get out of that rut, or you'll be right about you not finding happiness again. In order to find happiness, true happiness, you have to find yourself first. Now, what does all of this have to do with the person from the past coming back? Thinking about the beautiful memories, thinking about the positives of this previous connection, you'll be reminded of the version of you who in the past used to take risks, who believed in love, who didn't stop in front of issues and obstacles. Yes, you have experienced heartbreaks, and that's definitely something that can be very heavy on you and on everyone. But that is just part of life. We go down and then we come right back up. The sweet isn't as sweet without the bitter. And maybe you forgot about it. But this is going to be definitely a reminder of who you can be, but especially of who you want to be. And look at this now. This is a new you, Cancer. Taking risks like you couldn't fail. Loving like you've never been hurt before. This little event, starting with the Ace of Wands, just like the butterfly effect, will have major repercussions on your personal journey, Cancer. You will feel renewed. Faith is finally restored, and what comes next will be mind-blowing for you. I know that often it's easy to just blame the events or the other people for our current situation, but here you're realizing that this is not about what happens to you. It's how you react to it. And your approach has changed completely, starting from your beliefs, continuing into your actions, therefore your end outcome. Something is ending here, Cancer. Ending and never coming back. You're about to manifest a new world. A world that will be the expansion of who you are inside and who you want to be, especially. This is a new cycle, a new life starting for you. And it looks absolutely exciting. But as usual, as I see in every reading that brings transformation, that transformation has to start from within you. And this person, directly or indirectly, it's going to help you out on this journey. And regardless of the fact that you go back together or not, this is very exciting and definitely life-changing. Look at this beautiful reconciliation here, which is really giving you something that perhaps you needed. You needed to see, you needed to hear, you needed to feel for the longest time. And so, let's look into the details of these upcoming energies for you, Cancer. Let's see how this reconciliation is going to evolve. And most of all, how your life is about to change now that you see yourself for who you truly are. A beautiful person who's gone through a lot, but who has still a lot to give and a lot to experience. In the next year, your life is going to change, Cancer. So let's see how and what you should expect, both in the near and distant future. If you want to dive deeper into the messages, Cancer, just follow me in the extended reading link below in the description box. Also, don't forget that every single week, I randomly select viewers who have watched the extended video to offer them a 100% free personal 30-minute live reading. I send out emails every Monday morning to confirm. Please check your spam folder as well. Now, stay tuned for the extended preview coming right up after this. Welcome back to your extended reading, Cancer. The bridging energy taking us from the current situation to the future situation is the beautiful High Priestess. And the first thing that I see is this number 2. And it feels like lately, especially after this previous connection has ended, you felt very lonely at times. And this card is already telling me that that feeling, that phase is over. If you are single right now, if you are looking for someone to just share your life with, get ready for it, because you're soon going to go from number 1 to number 2, and you're going to feel supported. You're going to feel loved. And although we all want to be independent and we all want to be self-sufficient, we cannot deny that love is a major part in our lives. And this is what comes towards you on multiple different levels. Love from someone who wants to be your partner, love from your friends, from your family, and love for yourself. That's where things really changed here for you. And so the High Priestess, it's suggesting that right now, after you realize how beautiful you are, you become irresistible to the world as well, especially this person who we have put aside for a second, but who's still there and who's still wanting to build something special with you. Right here, feelings are growing. There is intimacy perhaps coming up as well. These beautiful, good vibes that you haven't experienced in a long time. And I love to see that now you don't need confirmation or validation from anyone else. You don't even need love from an external source anymore, but that's when you receive it. And we see how that's going to be just one of the many changes that are going to manifest into your life after you unblock yourself and your energy. And so let's immediately look into this full energy and high priestess together with the world. I want to see what you should expect in the near future and how it's going to evolve in the years to come. Wow. The Fool comes back up again, and oof, this is so beautiful and so transformative on a level that right now perhaps you're not going to even believe. This is first and foremost something that, as we were saying,